tree. Everybody make a scene, trick or treat, till the neighbor's gonna die of fright.
Hello guys, this is the extended version of tutorial with me. This will probably be a couple minutes long. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this off since we got that transition. This doesn't taste good, by the way. I'm gonna go ahead and start by priming my face with just some lotion and a pore filling primer, and then we're gonna glue down the brows. For this look, I'm gonna glue down both sides of my brows, and I don't know that I do this correctly, but I just used the purple glue stick. I used the cheap one. A lot of people use Elmer's, but I don't think it matters. And I just slather on the glue, take a little brush, brush them up, and do a couple layers of that, and then we're gonna cover it with concealer. After you've done a few layers of glue, add your powder. This half is gonna be Jack, so I've just started drawing on his thing. I'm gonna paint all of this black, and then I'll switch the backdrop when we get done. But I just went ahead and started outlining his little neck piece and his little suit, and my head's gonna be his head. I like to use a black eyeliner to do this. I'm gonna go ahead and sketch out the details of this side of the face, and then we'll go ahead and start on him. So I've just sketched out this side a little bit, but I'm gonna draw stitches down the middle of my characters, but we're gonna do this after. Okay, I have just went ahead and painted my face. I'm breaking up a little bit there, but I'm gonna set everything with powder here in just a second. I'm just gonna let that dry, and then I'm gonna set it with a white powder. Using a light brown, you're just gonna go and shade around the eyes, down here on the chin, and on the neck. Now I'm just gonna shade with a little black down here on the neck, and then I'm gonna start painting his bodysuit. And I'm gonna do black first and then white. I'm gonna paint his little bat necktie, and I'm gonna do like a half of a circle kind of shape and make it pointed at the bottom, leave an eye out and a tiny triangle. We'll go over that with shadow. We're gonna start by making long diagonal lines, and then we're gonna do horizontal here for the arm. Now we're gonna go in and fill these holes in with white. Now I'm just gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna go in and shade with gray. Same in brush settings, I have mixed up a skin color that looks like Sally, and I'm just gonna paint the neck and the face, and then we'll go to painting her dress. I'm just taking a powder puff in a shade lighter than the paint and tapping over it in the places I wanna highlight. Now I'm going in with a shade darker and just contouring. Below to paint part of her dress, right through here with an airbrush. Same setting. Just setting those with shadows. Using a brown, I'm just adding some line work in, and we're gonna do the same thing over here, but with a dark green. I'm just setting everything. I'm gonna go ahead and finish painting some stitches, and then I'm gonna paint everything else black. I'm gonna start working on the eye socket now, with shadows, and we're gonna put this part white. I'm gonna paint the stitching on for Sally Stitches' mouth, and I'll be back, and then we just need to put a lash on, and the eye is pretty much done. We gotta work on the nose. I'm just gonna add a little bit of lipstick, and then we'll work on the other side. Using your airbrush, I'm gonna start painting the eye. So I'm gonna start painting this eye black and adding details and shading. Shading in the mouth with some black, and then we're gonna go with some gray. I'm gonna add stitches to the middle and then paint this black, and I'll be right back. Alright, this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you later. Bye!